Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to my Let's Play of Motorsport Manager PC Career Mode. We are in Season 12 with Velan Racing. We have done 12 races and we have won 11 of them. We lost the last race. We did not lose. We finished second. And that broke our winning streak of 11 in a row. And so sadly it was the Singapore race. I really wanted to win that one, but we couldn't. But we still did well. Surikov finished second. And he's now almost a world champion. Basically, he is 95 clear of his teammate, who's realistically the only one who can even mathematically catch him. So this next race in Australia, if Surikov finishes in front of his teammate, he's champion. He basically needs 6 points from the next 4 races, and that's it. And it's a good thing because he's now aging very quickly. As you can see, from the start of the season he was almost 5 stars, and 12 races in he's about at 3 stars. So his numbers have declined very quickly because he's aging now. He's too old. He's 33. I don't know, maybe there's something in the game where at 33 they just start dropping, because at the start he was 32. We celebrated his birthday somewhere, and basically after he hit 33 his form dropped badly. So he just needs another 6 points. He'll be champion, and then probably we could sort of let him go for the future and maybe promote the other guy, or maybe we'll keep him because his contract is still there and breaking the contract would be expensive. We could use him as a reserve because his feedback is still better than our reserve driver, who is Oleg. And by Oleg is smooth, so Kajanoja and Oleg, they could make a decent team. So anyway, that's for the future. And yeah, let's continue. I may also end the playthrough once we are champion at the end of the season, because we have achieved our objective. So yeah, Balcazar, we're on pole. Car condition. Yeah, Balcazar was extremely fast. I was a bit unsure whether she had legal parts because pace was really good. Balcazar wins, Surikov second, Cavalcanti. See, both the Rossinis were fast. Maybe it was a track that suited them more. Also, rain helped them out because we couldn't use our advantage on the smoother tires, faster tires. Steinman's de Graaf had a bit of a disaster, finishing down in 7th. What's your analysis? Nah, he just got unlucky. He's a good driver, but he's also, I think, peaked. So if you look at his numbers, hang on, let me see. 29.72. As you can see, his improvement is 0% per week, so he has peaked as well. And this is pretty much what Surikov's numbers were a couple of seasons ago. He was like, he probably was even better in most things. He was mostly 20s and 19s. So Surikov's was 20, and so I think they peak around 28, 29, and they decline at 32, 33. So that is what we need to do. Maybe see, for example, right now we have 2 very good drivers in the form of Kajanoja and the other guys. Kajanoja is 20 on smoothness, and with our strategy this works perfectly. We need him to improve very quickly. The problem is Surikov is also a resource hog, so he makes it a bit harder for them to improve. And the other guy, Oleg, he's even better than Kajanoja, and Surikov's also hogging his numbers, but he's also smooth. So these are at the right age, these guys, so we need to max them out as quickly as possible until they get 28, 29. When they peak out, we can use them for another 2 seasons and start the cycle again, basically. So let's look at the pit crew. There was a mistake, I believe. Okay, 2 guys have been burnt out. I don't see how they get burnt out so easily. Okay, and this guy, Matri, okay, he made 2 mistakes. It's just a bit unusual. I don't know if they ever improve, or it's just that's it for them. They're done. A lot of people are really tired here. Making mistakes, that burnt out. Front jack. Okay, everybody is in decent number. Let's see if we can replace these 2 really tired ones. Okay, let's move him. Rick Steiner. I think Rick Steiner's burnt out. Let's just fire them first so that we don't accidentally replace the wrong guy. And fire. Also, we need to look at the contracts. I want to see if... Okay, one race to go, so renew. Yeah, good thing we spotted this, otherwise we would have been in big trouble. High risk, okay. Yeah, we've already replaced him. Okay, so we can hire this guy, he looks good. And should we hire someone else? Not really. Okay, so this new guy we just hired, he's 81. He's good on the rear check, and the front, and the tires is also good. So okay, that's fine for now. We are now making a risky part for next season. I'll have everything, I'll play everything as it is. Even if I stop playing, I'll still prepare for next season anyway. And then in case I want to continue later, we could do that as well. Not much happening. Let's see if we need to max out something. So they're working on the front wing. Okay, what do we need for gearbox front wing? So we got the gearbox front wing. We also have the brakes in here. Reliability is good. Front wing is already the best on the grid. And gearbox, I don't really know, but it's almost maxed out. Takes ages to max out the let's get the rear wing done as well. 65. Suspension, we may need to improve it slightly. Okay, sorry, for the next race. Okay, I think this is good. Our front wing is the best on the grid, so we need to keep it that way for next season as well. Car is still 4th. If you look at the parts, front wing is the best, brakes are 3rd, gearbox is still 6th. Yeah, it's hard to improve the gearbox. Maybe we'll make a risky one for next season, because that is the big disadvantage for us right now. Although it hasn't affected us because we've made up for it with other things. So 27 lap race, 3.62 miles, 121. Likely to be some rain, 40%. And we do well here in the rain. Excellent front wing. So we have a good front wing. Our car is average, but you can expect me to put in. You have been doing well, come on. It's not average, it's up there. Nikolai Surikov is going to the Sydney GP at the top of the driver standing forward, expecting to see change this weekend. I can't see Kojinoja making up too much ground in Australia. Surikov is doing too well. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, man. Surikov just needs 6 races, 6 points, and he'll be champion. He's hoping to close the gap on Surikov at the World Championship, saying it's time to start reeling him in. Rick DeGraaf. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Rick DeGraaf they have been better. So this is the, no, we're not fitting it, we can't fit it. So the rear wing we've just built is the dodgy one, and the one we are using is, ooh, this is so much better than the one we are using, but we can't risk it because it would be risky basically. And should we max it out, because this one is already maxed out, so why don't we get this one maxed out for next season? And since we are sitting here doing nothing, why don't we make a gearbox, because that is our main weakness right now. So 2047 is the numbers we need to breed. So start with this. They have nothing risky in this line. Let's say we go here. 1973, so 2047 is what we need to get. 50 on ultras. Let's see what this does. That doesn't do anything. Nope, nothing happens here. 1988. Now we need one of these. Still stays 1988. What about this? 2038. Reliability goes up. We don't really care about reliability. 2078. Okay, that is good. So we have one more slot. Say we put 25 to max. 2132. So this is significantly better. We've only used one risky part. But it'll take too long. We won't be able to use it. So yeah, let's just make this one for next season. And then we'll try and max it out as well. Okay, let's look at the rear wing numbers. So this is still 5th, despite the fact that it's significantly better. Okay, before we travel to Sydney, let's just check. Will the WMC add double points for the final race? It's a bit controversial. I don't like it. I don't like the idea. Okay, so front wing is in good shape. Suspension is reliable enough. And the brakes are decent. There is a lot of scope for improvement on the brakes. Okay, let's make sure we have the right parts on the car. So front wing, we have them. Gearbox is installed. New rear wing are too risky, so we're not using those. Suspension, yeah, we have to use these. We couldn't use them for the last race. Maybe that made a big difference. And see, we wrapped up the title. So if you think about it in the long-term picture, we should focus more on next season now. Surikov just needs to finish 7th, I think, for him to get the points, and that's it. So we'll select 4th or above because we've not been that great, at least in qualifying. So this way we'll still be there. Now this is expected to be quite wet, so I don't really know if we can get much work done on the tires. Smoothness is good, so I think this is the right setup. Okay, on to practice. So Sydney Grand Prix, we've won this twice, this race, and mostly because of the rain. On both occasions, the first time we won, we were on pole, so that was easy. Second time we were like 13th or 14th. Kajanoja actually won last year, so we have good form here even without the front wing, because rain tends to negate that. So hopefully we would actually prefer it to be dry in the race because we have good front wings. Don't really know about the gearbox. So because feedback is dropping as well, so he might not be useful for feedback either. Yeah, I think realistically in the real world, ideal situation would be he retires at the end of the season after winning the title. So yeah, we'll leave it at 80, but we could get some performance. So let's go 75. Rear wing 64. Brakes have a higher red zone, so we'll not go too low. Doesn't make much difference, but we still don't like seeing those warnings. Here we select Kajanoja. But Kajanoja has a potential to develop into a great driver. He's only 19. He's already won several races, finishing 2nd. He is the future. Okay, so Sydney, Bjorn, Sydney. Any more Sydney setups? Okay, Sydney is Nikolai Surikov. So 10 to 12 laps on the super softs, 14 to 16 and 19 to 21. Is this 29 or is it 27 lap race? I think this is a 27 lap race, so 2 stints on the soft would be enough. But if we start on the super softs, let's say, maybe we have 7 laps there. It could be tight. We could look into that. I think it's more sensible to work on the super softs. I mean the softs. No, it's Singapore. Sorry, my bad. Where is Sydney? Sydney. Yeah, he is about the same in terms of smoothness. So yeah, smoothness I think is the most important factor, at least for us. The way we drive, my strategy is usually to stay out longer, hit fewer than others, and basically use the faster tires. So smoothness is important. So anyway, cars have been set up. I'll see you after practice. Welcome back. Practice done. Good session overall, but we could not max out either of the setups. We got level 3s on the race setup, but then it started raining very heavily, so we could not get much work done on the qualifying, and so we think we just missed level 2s. But yeah, it was all right. Pace wise we looked decent. We did not even try the super soft tires, and as you can see we were 4th and 5th, so not bad, I guess. The Rossinis, both the Rossinis are working on the super soft, so they are once again targeting qualifying. So let's see if it rains during qualifying. Yeah, when it rains here, it tends to be quite heavy as well. So I don't see rain, at least in the first session. So we'll select qualifying trim and select the soft tires because we have nothing else. Qualifying. Now if he had that super overtake mode, if he hadn't been so arrogant, it would have helped him, but we don't have that here. Also, we need to save the setups. Season 12, race 13, Sydney, 3 grids. So we'll remove the previous year's setups. Sydney, 26 and 26. Kajanoja had a better setup. Season 12, race 13, Sydney, 1 excellent, 2 great. Okay, so we'll select the right tires. We have an extra set because we did not get to use them in practice, so should help us in the race. Okay, just make sure it doesn't rain. It could rain, who knows. We'll just wait a bit. We messed up Kajanoja's Q1 in was it, I think, Canada. Yeah, so we don't want that happening again. Okay man, you can go out because he's getting restless. Okay, Surikov, I think you can go out as well. Yeah, pit exit is short here as well, so it's not a huge disadvantage to pit. Yeah, this will probably give us a better idea of our pace. Yeah, I don't think we are that quick here. We may struggle to get inside the top 4. Okay, he's gone 3rd. Very tight margins at the top. Yeah, Surikov is 3 tenths. You can see Balcazar, De Graaf, Kajanoja, Labe, all four of them less than a tenth. So that's very close. So Steinmann's and Rossini's are past here. 7th isn't bad for Surikov. I think if he finishes 7th, he should get 6 points, right? I believe that is what he needs. Okay, I think this is good enough. We don't need to go again. Also, there's no time. Both Steinmans are good. Rossini, Balcazar is very fast. I think Balcazar is going to win again. There's very little between the top 4 drivers. Okay, let's... Okay, so I don't see any big casualties. The usual suspects down there. On to Q2. Okay, any chance? Yep, there is rain. Okay, out you go, out you go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Yeah, we need this lap in before it rains heavily because people are going to get... some will get caught out if they stay in too long. See, people coming out now might struggle. Because by the time, see, it's already raining, so we've already done about half the lap. People who are starting now, they are screwed. We're already too wet even for us, this final sector. Okay. Just Surikov being a few hundred meters in front actually made him quicker. That's how quickly it started raining here. But at least this should mean we should have a free choice of tire at the start. I think what I'll do is maybe with Kajanoja we'll try and do 2 stints on the soft and pit just once. With Surikov we may go aggressive because he isn't as smooth. Well, it depends on the track position as well. Because we want to pit fewer than the others. We could even go super soft and medium on Surikov. So any big casualties? I don't see anybody major struggling. Bourguignon, Hashimoto, Diavilla, Hess, Tyler. There's still time for another run, but it won't be quicker than the first run. Yeah, people are going on interest. The Bourguignon we could say is the big casualty. I don't expect him to be quicker if even they get a chance. Yep, that's it. So no big failures from any of the big guys. Rossini is very close, 9 and 10. Okay, let's do Q3. I think it might be better to put Surikov on the 2 soft tires and Kajanoja on the fast super softs, because I think we have a better chance with Kajanoja. And depending on how this works, if he's in the lead of the race, let's say he's closer to the front, I'll probably put Kajanoja on the super softs. Yeah, I need to see if there's any rain. If there isn't, then we'll wait a bit more. See, everybody's out. So it's definitely either they can do a second run, or if they just do one run. Still plenty of time. So let's... Okay, it is locked. Surprising. I thought because it rained they might not lock it. This is a bit weird because there was a bit of dry session. They decided to lock that tire. Okay, so we have to start on the super softs. So let's see if they can improve by going out a bit later. Now we have to change the strategy now. Okay, we are the last people to start a lap. There might be some others who may do a second run. We don't have that luxury. And we are not going fast. We may even miss out top 4 here. Okay, 3 and 4 isn't bad here. Unless people are going out again. Which they seem to be. And I don't think we have the time to go out. See, Labe will go faster because he is on a faster tire. Flores and Cavalcanti aren't going out, so I think we should be fine. So one of them could drop. Surikov most likely. Labe isn't going faster in the first sector. Not in the second, so I think he's probably not going to improve. Of course, we need to see his third sector. He hasn't improved. Okay, so we're actually not bad pace-wise. Even Surikov's up there. And because we can't split the strategy, we'll just go with the normal super soft at the start and soft afterwards. So Balcazar and De Graaf are ahead of us. Their tires are slightly more used. So we can definitely push for at least one lap. Okay, not bad I guess. We weren't expecting pole. We haven't had pole for a while, so I think after Milan we haven't had pole. But 3 and 4 is good. Okay, so this could be a race where Surikov becomes champion. Okay, so let's see. Let's just check the weather. Okay, it is going to rain, so 8, 9, 10. We won't be able to get that many laps on these tires. We'll keep the softs just in case. Okay, this might get really interesting. Because initially, because when it rains very heavy here. So we don't want to end up pitting twice before. See, only 6 laps and the rain comes in about, I would say 9 or 10 laps. So I think what we'll do is we'll push on these tires. We'll just push like crazy. And we'll attack on... Maybe we'll pit and then we'll go on another set of super softs. I think that might be a better move. We'll be sacrificing a bit. Yeah, it's a bit risky, but I don't think we can manage those laps. Even these guys are probably going to do the same. Because anybody goes too early on the dry tires, wet tires, they will struggle. So good start by Kajanoja. Very good start. In fact, he's leading. Surikov on the other hand has dropped quite badly. But we can always push with him. Okay, Kajanoja, just keep the lead. Don't worry about the tires. Yeah, Surikov is making his way up. He's up to 8. He's behind Cavalcanti. Kajanoja on the other hand is doing very well. See, I was expecting him to do well. Now the problem is that pitting early thing that we have decided to do. Okay. Drive normally. You can push the tires a bit more here. You don't want to push the fuel too much. Okay, he's still first. Surikov is still fighting. Actually, we can push a bit more. He's very close. There are a lot of people very close. We can push a bit hard here. Even if we have to pit in a diff. Kajanoja is well clear of everyone. 4 seconds clear. Yeah, his form has been impressive. After like the first 2-3 races, he has been in impressive form. Surikov, just stay close. If you can't pass them, that's fine. He's trying though. Okay, Balcazar has had a bad start. She's down to 5. Yeah, he's struggling to get past Balcazar. Okay, we'll do one more lap. And we'll pit Surikov. Kajanoja is driving well, so we'll put Surikov on a second set. Now the question is, do we have time? Is he far enough ahead? Yes, I think we should pit him as well. Yeah, he wants another tire, so yeah, pit him again. They're far enough apart, so hopefully it doesn't affect us. 7 seconds, it's not too much, but I think it's enough. But these guys have been making mistakes, so we don't know. Okay, Surikov is in the pit lane. Good stop, good stop. Okay, push on the tires. Surikov, push on the tires. I don't know if this is a good move, but we had no choice. See, everybody has to pit, all the front runners. This could actually hurt all the people at the front way more than people at the back. Because people on the mediums, they can sort of wait and pit. So they effectively saved a pit stop. Now the other question is, do we go on inters or do we go on wets? I think we should stay out as long as possible on the dry tires and then think of maybe, okay, maybe ease up a bit on the tires. See, some of them have gone on the wet tires already. That's, I think, too early. They'll end up chewing up their tires a bit too much. Labe, in fact. So he's up to 5. He's fighting his way back to the front. And as soon as he gets to the front, he'll probably have to pit again. But at least this way we can pick the right time to pit. So he's the highest placed as far as people who have already pitted. Now it's starting to get wet. See, the moment we see people on the wet inter tires starting to overtake, that would be our sign of pitting. Don't worry, keep pushing, keep pushing. I think we should pit, yes. Surikov's got the right idea. Yeah, we'll use the fast stops. Inters it is. He still has a chance because he's still the first car already. Now, unless these guys are not pitting, we should be okay. The people at the front. Okay, here comes Surikov as well. Okay, mistake on Kajanoja. Bad mistake. Okay, push. You can push on the fuel as well. We may end up pitting a lot more here. He's down to 13th again. Now Labe should be benefiting, but he's 7 seconds clear. Yes. So Labe actually is in good shape because it gets full wet. See, Diavila has gone on full wet, so Diavila might be in better shape now. So it's a mixed strategy here. So Diavila should be good for the next few laps. Maybe we should have tried one of them on the wet tires. It depends how many people go on full wets. See, right now Diavila is still behind Kajanoja. The moment he starts getting quicker. See, Johnsdottir and Diavila. See, a lot of people now on full wets. people on inters are going to suffer. But we already pitted twice, so it's going to be a bit of a problem for us, because the wet tires will be at least in use for, I would say, 3 to 4 laps. Okay, Surikov is asking for wets. I don't think there's enough of a gap to try that, Surikov. We'll have to manage. Now we'll have to see how quickly the wet tires catch us. Because if we can get through this wet period, the really wet period. Okay, see, Labe is going on wets. Should we also try that? We could suffer badly here. But you see, Balcazar, Cavalcanti is in 19th. Where is Labe? Labe is 6th, so Labe is actually not bad. Okay, let's pit Surikov. Because he so far... Kajanoja is in the lead, so we'll keep Kajanoja. We'll end up pitting so many times, it will be crazy. See, now everybody's on wet tires, so see, it doesn't really help him. See, that is the problem, that thing I was worried about. Yeah, Diavila has gone into the lead. I'm afraid that was going to happen. Now there'll be a lot more wet people coming through. But he's got a problem. Yes, a bit of a disaster, this one. In fact, Surikov, I think, might be better if we pit him again and put him on a fresh enter now. I think we should have just waited. Giuliani, Dickey, Gamero, so Kajanoja should come into play now. It's now easing up, so the vets would be suffering. I think we made a mistake pitting Surikov twice. We should have stayed on the dry or the wet tires. Surikov's pitted more than everyone else. Okay, he's gone into the lead now. Okay, he's burning through his tires, so he'll just ease up. Because what I want to do with him is maybe put him on dry tires. See, Surikov is getting past wet tires now. But Surikov is behind a lot of people on inters, so he needs to either clear them on track, at least the slower cars. Okay, he's having issues with the gear changes. Okay, good job Surikov. A lot of wet tires are pitting now. Okay, Surikov is up to 6, so this is good. We have Dickey, Bourguignon is in 4th. So now what we'll do is we'll pit Kajanoja, and question is, do we go on dries or do we go on inters? Estimated position after pit stop first. Okay, then we should just do that. Okay, you need to charge. No action taken. Okay, Surikov did corner cutting, but I don't think he got penalized. Okay, drive normally, maybe push a bit on the tires. Don't care about the tires that much. 5th is enough for him. 5th is enough. Kajanoja in the pits. He comes out in the lead, so that's fine. He's way clear of everyone, so that's fine, buddy. Just drive normally. You have this in the bag quite easily, in fact. We'll just pay attention to Surikov and see if he can do something. Okay, Surikov is 5th. 5th is fine, I don't care, because 5th will give him 10 points, he'll be champion, and that will be game over. But Kajanoja winning again would be a nice, pleasant thing. So he's 11 seconds clear. He was 31 before, I think, pit stop. So he had 10 seconds plus a pit stop in hand. 12 seconds now. Plus he has fresher tires compared to Giuliani. So yeah, it's all smooth sailing here. Actually, this turned out easier than I thought. I think Surikov, we made the mistake of pitting him twice. That going on the wets, I tried to mix up the strategy. So overall, I think it's not too bad still, because he started 4th, he's in 5th. So okay. Okay, so yeah, we should probably relax with Surikov as well. We don't need to chase. Okay, we'll just go back to the race leader. No, he's still setting fastest times. Okay, he's still pushing hard. I don't need to. Okay, final lap, just relax. I mean, he can still push. Why not? Just show our dominance. 16 seconds clear of Giuliani. Okay, here he comes for the final corner. And Kajanoja wins again in Australia. 2nd win in a row. And here comes Surikov. Nearly had 4th. That's fine as well. Not too shabby. Yes, Surikov, you are the world champion. A great win for Kajanoja. Yeah, I think we went with the right strategy with Kajanoja. My guess is if we hadn't pitted Surikov, he would have probably finished 2nd. Because this short stint on the wet, that kind of messed up things. We should have waited for another 2 laps. This would have added another 10 seconds, I think. So he should have been ahead. Anyway, not too bad. He did get a penalty, 10-second penalty, but he still stayed 10 seconds clear, still stayed 5th. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Kajanoja wins again. Surikov is 80 points clear, 3 races to go. Kajanoja wins the next 3. He still can't catch Surikov. So that is it. Surikov is the champion. We were already the team's champion. Now can we get to 500 points? I think we should be able to do that. Another great win. We just missed out on Singapore. So 12 out of 13, not bad. This was actually not that difficult overall. Mostly because he took the lead at the start and then it was just managing it from the front. It's much easier when you're in the front. It's easier to manage things. Surikov will be forgetting more after this weekend. Yep. Fitness goes down, form goes down. Chairman is still happy. And we've won another race. Now it should have been like a message popping up saying Surikov is the world champion, stuff like that. But I think they just do it at the end of the season. So anyway, next race is in Brazil. It's also going to be wet, I think, in the race. Could be useful. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you for Brazil.